Welcome to Mr.T. Today, we listen together to the horror story, Milestone number 17 inches. Milestone number 17. In a remote countryside area, there is a trail that winds through a dense forest. Locals often share tales about Milestone number 17, an old moss-covered stone marker standing alone in the depths of the woods. For a long time, hardly anyone dared to travel this path, especially after dark. People say that at night, the milestone seems to call the souls of those who accidentally wander too close. One cold autumn night, an incident occurred. David, a young man newly moved to the village, was trying to find his way home after an evening out drinking with friends. Drunk and heedless of the warnings he'd been given, he decided to take the shortcut through the forest. As he walked, he began to hear strange whispers coming from the darkness, as though someone were quietly following him. At first, he dismissed it as merely the wind rustling through the trees, but as he drew closer to Milestone 17, the sounds grew clearer, almost like the moans of someone in pain. Under the dim moonlight, the milestone appeared before David, covered in thick green moss, with strange, scratch-like marks etched into its surface as if by fingernails. He shivered, but stepped closer to examine it. Suddenly, he saw the figure of a woman, dressed in a torn white gown, standing just behind the milestone. Her face was pale, her eyes sunken like empty sockets, staring directly at him. Terrified, David stepped back. The woman slowly emerged from the shadows, her lips moving as she whispered, "Help, help me." Despite his fear, David steadied himself and asked, "What do you need me to help you with?" She pointed down to the ground at her feet. David looked down and saw a pair of thin, pale hands clawing their way up from the soil, as if someone were buried alive beneath it. In a flash of confusion and horror, he realized they were his own hands. David screamed, trying to pull away, but his legs felt rooted to the spot, unable to move. A chilling sensation enveloped him as the hand beneath the soil slowly reached up and touched his leg. Before he could fully comprehend, everything faded into darkness. The following morning, all that remained was a faint footprint in the damp earth near Milestone 17, along with drag marks leading into the ground. The villagers began to tell a new story about the young man who lost his way in the night and never returned. Since then, Milestone 17 carried yet another haunting tale, and people grew even more fearful of venturing near it. Please demonstrate how you see the video below in the description. Thank you for listening.